What's good, y'all? What's good? Good afternoon. I just want to touch on something, man. Hopefully I don't be long-winded. But I'm having a good conversation through Crime in the D comment section. So it's a lot of females commenting because I posted. It was a female who got basically arrested for twerking on a car windshield on Belle Isle, right? So my question was, man, I wonder if she was raised by a single mother or was she raised by her dad? You know, they always spark emotions in a woman. You know, it's kind of hard for them to accept that. Like I'm telling the sisters right now I'm talking to, you know, like you shaming women, single mothers. No, if you can't correct them, how they supposed to change? Because when black women speak on black men about the things we need to change, ain't nothing wrong with that. So what's wrong for a black man to point out, hey man, the statistics show being a single mother, blah, 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 blah. No, you shaming. No, it's not shaming. That's just saying, hey man, you might want to tighten up and be more responsible with your uterus. So that leads into me what I want to talk about. A lot of women out here, black women, are being impregnated by males, not men. See, a male have all the characteristics. They have dick, nuts, they're aggressive, you know, they'll fight, kill if they got to. That's a male. A man can do all that, but a man also he can raise his children. He can go to work. He can be responsible. So it's a difference, man, between males and men. And I'm trying to explain to the sisters that when a woman raised a boy to a man, she technically just raising a male, because she can't make a man a man. Only men can make a man a man. Now, they can teach him how to be respectful, you know, how to do certain things that just like non-gender, non-neutral. But to be a man, it takes a man to raise a man. Now, I agree with the sisters. It's a lot of men out here who not raising their motherfucking kids. So they right. But again, you got to ask yourself, how did you get pregnant by this nigga who not taking care of his business? So that means they got all kind of contraceptives. The last resort is abortion. They got all kind of contraceptives out here. They got condoms. They got female condoms. They got birth control. How are they still being impregnated in 2022? Because they've been singing the same song since the 70s and the 80s. These men don't do X, Y, and Z. So they've been screaming this. Our mamas and grandmas down there been screaming this. So we in 2022, they still being impregnated by males, and they still crying. So what does that tell you? That tell you the males have got more irresponsible because they're being raised by women, and the women have got more irresponsible. So at the end of the day, that's basically what's going on. You don't have men raising men. That's why you got these niggas around here right now, as we speak, as I walk, breathe right now. They physically, they men. Physically. Mentally, they females. Because they was raised by their mama. Because back in the day, when a man saw another man walking up the street, they greeted each other. Either with a head nod or, what's up, my brother? Now you can't even look at these niggas. Because if you look at a nigga too long, he damn near gonna kill you. Why? Because that's what females do. Females petty like that. Females do petty shit. Men supposed to be men at all times. That's why, now this is a side note. That's why when you listen to the old pimps talk about the new pimps, now this some underground shit, right? But the old pimps will tell you when they knocked the nigga broad, that man and that other pimp will sit down and have a drink and say, man, you got me for my girl. Woo, 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 woo. Because that's what men did. Men was men at all times, no matter what they was doing. When they sold dope, they was men. It was men at all times, regardless if it was something illegal or legal. But these days, you don't have men out here. You have males. You have niggas who got chest hairs, balls and nuts, dick, tough, do 1,000 push-ups in 5 minutes. But in the inside, they are female. They think just like a woman because they was raised by a woman. And it's hard for black women to accept the fact that they can't raise a man. But we seeing the fruits of their labor. How many black men in prison right now? How many black boys are in group homes? How many black boys are homosexuals? How many black boys can't even wash a dish? How many black boys can't cut grass? They can't do nothing. Then women complaining, these niggas don't do nothing. These niggas don't do nothing. They mamas didn't make them do nothing. They mamas bought them PlayStations. These mamas didn't raise these niggas. These niggas raising themselves. And you can look in the penitentiary, you can look in the graveyard, and you can see the fruits of their labor. Now, you can go back to when, before the 70s, when black men and black women was together. You can literally go back and look at the statistics, literally, and see that when black men was in the household, when black men was raising their children, they didn't turn out like that. Did some slip through the cracks? Yes, there's no, condoms not even 100%. So if condoms is not 100%, nigga, nothing's 100%, nigga. So you never gonna get 100%. If all black men decide to go in their households right now and raise their kids, trust me, it's gonna be some kids that's gonna slip through the cracks. But the number of kids, black boys being productive and becoming something and staying out the penitentiary and staying out the graveyard gonna be more highly successful. So I'm telling the sister, you gotta be corrected. That's what's wrong with a lot of black women. They don't want to be corrected. They don't want to accept the fact that you can't raise him. Now he either lazy, don't do shit, or he running the streets, being a menace, or the nigga dead. It's a lot of mamas I know. I'm 45. It's a lot of moms I know right now I grew up with. Their sons is dead. And they still on Facebook crying, my son, my son, my son, my son, my son. But then when you look back and see how she was reacting and how she was dealing with the baby daddy or baby daddies, it's not too far-fetched why her son grew up and he was angry and he was running around here doing shit. Now he dead. Now you blaming the world. Blame yourself. So that's my thought and my rant for the day, man. It's a difference, man. It's men and it's males. You have a good day, man. Peace.